Hello everyone. This is the fifth chapter, Mother's Day, and it is the summary here. We are discussing about the summary of this chapter. First of all, introduction of this play, Mother's Day. This Mother's Day is a play by J.B. Priestley. It is written by J.B. Priestley and it is a satirical and humorous depiction of the status of the woman. How the woman is treated in a family, in particular, a housewife in a family. Moreover, a housewife dedicates all her time in the service of her family, but her family takes her service for granted and never take notice of her needs. It means the lady, the wives or the female is not treated as she should be treated in a family. She is not given the respect that she deserves. So this is a humorous depiction. This play is shown in a humorous way about the status of a woman. The family never acknowledge her services or thank her for all that she does for them. The husband, the daughter and the son, they never thank her, they never regard her for that what she is doing 24 hours in the house. Everyone neglects her, and this issue is prominent and relevant today. In most of the houses, most of the societies, this issue is dominant. Many houses out there sulk and suffer in silence. It means in many houses, ladies suffer in silence. They are not raising their issues in public. Also, the issue the play raises is genuine. The issue can't be set by mere changes of the personality of husbands, sons, and daughters. It means this issue can't be solved easily, as we have to change our mindset. Our mindset is that the ladies are only for suffering. They have to do the household work. That's why they are born in this society. This mindset has to be changed. In order to give wives the praise they deserve, the family needs to give them the desired attention. It means the family should just give attention to them, to give them regard. Now we are starting with the summary. The chapter portrays the practical experience of a mother, Mrs. Pearson. Mrs. Pearson is the lady here in this play. On a daily basis, her kids disrespect and disregard her. In her own home, she was treated as a slave. Thus, she felt a lot of ignorance and embarrassment every day, not only from her daughter Doris and son Cyril, but also from her husband George Pearson, who has completely turned a blind eye from his wife. All these three, the daughter Doris, son Cyril, and husband George, they are not taking care of Mrs. Pearson. They are regularly and daily just ignoring her, turning a blind eye from Mrs. Pearson. Turning a blind eye means they are just not taking care of her. Mrs. Pearson's life turns when she meets Mrs. Fitzgerald. Mrs. Fitzgerald was the neighbor of Mrs. Pearson, and she was a fortune teller and discusses her family members and their terrible behavior. Mrs. Pearson tells about the behavior of family members to Mrs. Fitzgerald. She tells Mrs. Fitzgerald everything about her family behavior. Moreover, Mrs. Fitzgerald, she was a strong and sinister personality. She was a very bold lady, and she recommends her to exchange personalities. Both the ladies, they would exchange their personalities, exchange their souls, so as to teach her family a good lesson. At first, Mrs. Pearson didn't agree, but after some encouragement, she agrees to switch bodies, to change the bodies, or we can say souls. After that, Mrs. Fitzgerald casts a spell, chanted some months, and swaps her personality with Mrs. Pearson. They change their souls, or you can say they change their bodies. In a matter of seconds, their personality switch. And Mrs. Pearson, who was calm and composed, and a little bit nervous also, is now smoking and drinking, because the soul of Mrs. Fitzgerald is in this body now. And Mrs. Fitzgerald is now sitting idle and also nervous. The scene changes now, and now Mrs. Pearson is in her home. She is in her home, and her daughter Doris enters home. She hands her a dress and asks her to iron, as she has to go on a date with her boyfriend Charlie Spence. Also, she even objects her mother's smoking. She asks her mother why she is smoking, as she has never seen her smoking. And when she asks her, Mrs. Pearson replies very rudely, very harshly, and advises her to do her own work herself, mind her own business. She can do, Mrs. Pearson said that she can do anything she wants. Further, she makes fun of her boyfriend Charlie Spence. Afterwards, Doris feels miserable. She starts crying and shamed and starts crying when her mother insults and rebukes her again and again. She goes from there. After this, her son Cyril enters, asks his mother hurriedly if his tea is ready, on which Mrs. Pearson refuses and advises him to prepare it himself, as she has not prepared the tea for Cyril. After seeing her mother's reaction, and when he saw that her sister is also crying, he raises his voice. He got angry, also calls Mrs. Fitzgerald an old hag, on which Mrs. Pearson instructs him to mind his language. Mrs. Pearson just talks rudely to Cyril also. When both the kids talk about being worn out after work, she makes it very clear. When the children said to her that they were tired after a so long, tiresome work, she makes clear to both of them that they all will work equally from that day onwards. As she was doing, Mrs. Pearson was doing twice the hard work from them, and she will not work at weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, and enjoy with her friends, and will go out now from now onwards. At that point, Mr. George Pearson enters the house and expresses his surprise on seeing her wife drinking and smoking. He was also surprised. George Pearson was also surprised when he saw her wife drinking and smoking. He objects on this, and Mrs. Pearson makes him realize that if he can drink, then she can also drink too. Further, he tells him that instead of spending his time with her wife, he is spending time with people who are making fun of him behind his back. It means Mrs. Pearson just rebuked George that he was spending time with those people at the club, and those people are making fun of him instead of spending his time with his wife. Mrs. Pearson, or seeing her family insult Mrs. Pearson, on seeing her family insult, asked Mrs. Fitzgerald to stop all this. Now, the real Mrs. Pearson, she has seen the insults of her family, and now she is asking Mrs. Fitzgerald to stop all this. However, she doesn't let her speak until she teaches all of them a good lesson of respecting and honoring their mother. It means now she is all ready, Mrs. Pearson, the real Mrs. Pearson is now fully ready to deal with her family. And she asked Mrs. Fitzgerald to switch off the personalities again. Soon after they switch personality, and after that the son, the daughter and husband learn their lesson and start supporting their mother and wife. It means all the three, now they have learned the value of Mrs. Pearson, the lady in the house. So the conclusion is this: through this play, the writer wants to say that we all should respect, care and help our mother and ladies for all the hardship she does for us. So this is a play that is teaching us a lesson to just regard the mothers in our houses, not to disrespect them, and obey them and regard them as equal to us. Hope you have understood this summary. Have a nice day.